Hey there, viewers. So, as I'm sure all of you already know, if you're watching this video, Rich Piana's passed away. And, you know, say what you will about the guy, but he did a lot of good for the sport. He vocalized things that no one else dared talk about. And I know there's a lot of bad rap, like, what the 5%er thing became and everything, and it's kind of put in the past at this point because, he kind of gave bodybuilders a name. Like, people always joke, oh yeah, he's going like the 1%er sort of thing and all this sort of stuff, but no, 5% made sense. 5% of people willing to do whatever it took to reach their goals. And Piana was always like, you know what, it's not about bodybuilding, it's not about fitness, it's about doing what you want to reach what you need to do and giving it everything every day, every night. And yeah, he was a role model, and he's the kind of role model we don't get these days, in my opinion. Like, the way the world's going, like, people are looking up to like Kim Kardashian and stuff like that, and Kanye West. He's always been for, like, you watch some of his videos talk about his past, he was a bit more down on some people, but then something changed inside of him, and he said, you know what, why can't we all just kind of get along sort of thing? He started being just polite to everybody. Jerry Ward made a post about it, and I'm a big Jerry Ward fan, and I love the post he wrote. He said that yesterday, he talked about how we lost Rich Piana, but he said that today was the day that begins the legend of Rich Piana, which is true, and I think that's what Rich would want. He didn't want to be the biggest bodybuilder. He wanted to be something different than that, and he dies as an icon in the fitness industry. Like, and you see it everywhere. I'm seeing all over Instagram and Facebook all these posts and everything about how things that he'd done. People have these stories about how great of a guy he was. Ron Partlow did this great story over his Instagram videos, for his daily videos, talking about how they're leaving a restaurant and they have these like trays full of food, and Rich stopped because he saw two homeless guys, went over to the food truck to get some forks, and he's apparently, according to Ron Partlow, he was very big about the forks. He walked over to these guys, like, gave them food, said, you gotta eat, and not everyone would do that for a homeless guy, let alone someone of his standings. And like, apparently it was like big container of steak and I think salad or something, I can't remember exactly, but, and even like Ron Partlow talked about how it was very important to get the forks. And his thing is, most people just give someone the food, but in my opinion, him saying that was the fact that Rich was of the mentality that even they deserved to eat something properly, not just be given food, but to have the things they need to eat and feel normal. And everywhere you look, I'm seeing good stories about Rich being friendly. And actually, a couple of years ago, it was actually the day after my bachelor party, Rich Piana showed up at the Reflex here. This is before I actually worked here at Reflex Supplements in Medicine Hat. And so I came in, I had my shift covered just so I could meet this guy, because I'm such a huge fan of Rich Piana. So I come inside and I walk into the door, and right there is Rich. Looks right at me and goes, "How's it going, big guy?" I'm like, who the fuck's he talking to? I'm not the big guy here, he's the big guy here. But he was just like, he was talking to everybody, he was polite, he was friendly, and like, I know he'd arrived like early that morning, he'd been traveling nonstop. It didn't stop him. Like, he was talking to everybody. Like, I've seen this firsthand. I've got a picture with him. I know a lot of my friends were like posting on Instagram, but I was on vacation and get a chance to. I'm sure I'll do something. But, I know the fact that down the road, some younger guys that come up to me, maybe like, 10, 20 years, be like, yeah, there was this guy, Rich Piana, he had these huge arms, these like, tattoos. And I'll like, I'll pull up my phone and I'll be like, yeah, I know, I met him. I'll show them the picture. And I'll tell them that, from what I know, he was a great guy. Like I said, there's some negative stuff about him out there, but you gotta take the good with the bad. And I think at the very end of the day, with all the good, Rich meant well. and not everyone makes all the right choices in life, and I don't believe that the steroids really had much to do with what killed him. The most common story I'm hearing is the fact that he got a heart attack. The enlarged heart gave him some issues, but that apparently he had a heart attack while his girlfriend was cutting his hair, passed out, hit his head, and just kind of went downhill from there. So, I thank Rich for everything he did, and the messages he gave people. Like, he always wanted everybody to do better. And I recommend, if you can look for him, read some of the stories people are writing about him, because it's awesome that everyone has these amazing stories from this guy, just like how nice and friendly he was, looking like the most scariest guy you'd ever see. So I thank Rich Piana, and I say that I will always be one of Rich's 5%ers.